Just trying to survive and learn to love along the way by Foreplay on AO3. Episode 115, Chapter 115 of Small Spaces and a Dark Room. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks of living in a cramped bunker with his class, of hearing way too much about the others, no matter how much he tried to avoid it. It's impossible to be in such a close quarters. They've kept up with their classwork so far, probably gotten ahead at this point because it's just about the only thing they have to do. There's not nearly enough room for physical training. It doesn't really matter that most of them forgot their schoolwork when packing their things. They hold their classes on a cramped couch in the common room, so sharing is easy. Once his dad or Mirko is done teaching the lesson, most of them stay in their cramped spots to work on their homework together. It's the fastest way of getting it over with. Izuku's already tired of this new routine. He misses his other dad, his cats, the sun, having his own bathroom. He can tell that the others are starting to feel the same. Everyone had tried to stay optimistic for the first week, but one by one, they started to lose hope. Their circumstances suck, and everyone is feeling it. Despite how everyone is feeling, there's one thing they've kept up since the first day. Movie nights. Every 2 nights, they all gather in front of the small TV and watch a movie. It's never anything that's good, considering the sad amount of films in the bunker, but they make it work. They don't have any real concept of time down here, but his dad updates them and makes sure they keep a bit of a schedule. So he's also been chosen to gather everyone when it's time to watch their film. He doesn't usually watch it with them. Izuku's dad will usually settle in the dark kitchen, keeping an eye on the UA security from his phone. He's always watched with indifference, but tonight's different. There's a steady growing frown on his face. Izuku and a few others watch as his dad uses this calm. Moments later, Mirko is hurrying into the room and peering over his shoulder at the phone. She frowns and reaches over to tap a few things, but their looks remain the same. The whole class is watching at this point, so none of them say a word when she walks over and shuts off the TV. Before anyone can ask her why, she puts a finger to her lips and points to the roof. Without the sound of the TV drowning everything out, it's easy to hear them. Footsteps. The roof is thick, but Izuku's dad explains how they'll be able to hear someone went into the dorms. Some sort of technology that Nezu installed. Izuku doesn't really get it, so he just nods along with the rest of his class. Everyone stares up at the roof now, hardly daring to breathe. The footsteps are getting louder, moving more frantically. It's hard to tell how many people they are because of all the movement. It falls silent again, but nobody moves. Because that can't be it. If the villains are here, they won't give up so quickly. The quiet goes on for too long. Some of his classmates are relaxed now, but Izuku knows better. The bunker shakes in time with a loud explosion. Bits of plaster rain down on them, and a few cracks appear in the ceiling. Everyone is tensed back up, and a few of them are standing now, getting ready for a fight. His dad finally moves over and gestures for them to group together a little better, so everyone else stands. They form a tight circle in the middle of the room, and Izuku somehow finds himself near the center. There's another explosion, though this one seems a little smaller. It's still enough to spread the crack in the ceiling, though. The footsteps return, feeling closer than before. Izuku's not sure how he feels about them being back. On the one hand, it means that the explosions are over, but on the other hand, maybe they damaged the dorms enough to find the entrance. Or they made their own. There's a loud crack in the room, and then, a few feet away from them, a villain falls through the roof. How, man? What the hell is... The man sits up, and his eyes widen when he sees them all huddled together through the darkness. Before he has the chance to yell out their location, Mirko quite literally leaps into action. She's across the room in seconds, and a kick to the man's face has him unconscious. Mirko drags him out of sight of the hole and stays at the other end of the room, ready to act when they investigate a hole in the floor. his dad pushes the group back, probably trying to avoid being sighted. But they're pretty much as far into the corner as they can get, and are most likely shouldered by the darkness. The only action results in Izuku feeling a little more claustrophobic. "Jeff, where'd you go, man?" Izuku flinches at the unexpected call. The sound of footsteps get louder than ever, and then they're at feet at the edge of the hole. Nobody breathes as they stand there, worrying about the man peering down the hole and seeing their faces. "Hey man, this isn't funny. The boss'll kill us if we don't find these brats soon." The feet leave their place as the man calls out. Every time someone steps over their hiding spot, more bits of plaster fall on them. Izuku's sure they all look a little funny with all the white dust all over, but it's too dark to tell. It seems like with every footstep they hear, more cracks begin to form in the roof. It's concerning. But if any of them move to do something, the villains will hear them. While not ideal, it wouldn't be terrible either. It doesn't sound like a big group, and it seems like none of the higher-ups of the League of Villains are here either. It could be relatively simple to beat them. If Izuku feels this way, he's sure the others do as well. The class is filled with like-minded people ready to become heroes, so it would be amazing if nobody was forming some heroical, idiotic plan. The cracks are spreading faster, and Izuku isn't sure what he can do. He spots Shouta, a few people away from him, raising a hand, ready to coat the roof in some ice to reinforce it. But the action comes too late. The cracks start to join up, and the ceiling caves in on them. Oh my, no way that the ceiling caved in on them. What is the next one called? Of heavy weights and an ideal quirk. A ceiling collapse leaves Izuku analyzing his classmates for the best possible solution. This chapter has mentions of serious injury, as well as depictions of blood. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh. Screaming, crying, throwing up, and puking. All of that. All of the above. Screaming, crying, puking, throwing up, everything. All of it. Just bleh, bleh. What? What? You can't leave me like that. You can't leave me. I have to go to work like that? After this? I have to go to work after this? What? I have to stay there in like a 7-hour shift? Actually, I don't think it's 7 hours. I think it's a 5-hour shift. Yeah, it's a 5-hour shift. I have to stay here. I have to go for a 5-hour shift? After that? After that? 5-hour shift. After this. Nah, hell nah. Nope, nope, nope. I'm recording one more video for this. I'm gonna make it so that I record. I don't care if I have no free time today. This is my free time. Okay. Anyways, apart from that, I wanted to talk about stuff that I have planned for the YouTube. Something that I have planned is posting 5 videos a day. You heard that. I'm gonna go from posting 3 to 5 videos a day. 2 more videos. Let's go. All right. So I want to add an extra series, right? I want to add another series. I want to add a 5 p.m. slot, and then I want to have an 8 p.m. slot for other stuff, right? Each day is a different post. So, for example, Sundays, I want to post the Fanfiction Club podcast, which is basically going to be me and then maybe a group of people or another person. I will try to always have another person with me in that one, talking about a fanfiction that we chose that week to read. Whether it is a one-shot or a long fic depends on literally a lot of things. But yeah, it depends on a lot of things. But I would love to do that. And then as for Monday, reaction video. So the typical like sitting down and reacting to something video. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's going to be a one-shot, right? That's going to be one shot, another one-shot, and another one-shot. Or if it's a really, really long one-shots distributed between, well, I mean, really, really long one-shots, I treat those as regular series. So for the most part, one-shots. One shot, another one-shot, and another one-shot. As for Friday is Fanfiction Cloud. That would be the fanfiction review area where I sit down and I give you an in-depth analysis on the fanfic, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, a spoiler-free review, and a spoiler review, where it's going to be really in-depth and stuff like that, right? And then I want Saturday to then be the Nothing Podcast, a podcast that has literally no topic. I talk about whatever the fuck I want. I could go in there without a host, with a host, it doesn't matter. I go in there and it's just, I talk about nothing and everything at the same time. Yep. So yeah, those are the things that I have planned for the channel. I also have, hopefully once I get that shit settled down and I start posting a lot, I want to then make a Patreon. I want to make a Patreon and I want there to be a bunch of cool stuff that you guys are going to be getting access to. No Podfic related stuff though. That is the only thing. The only Podfic related stuff there would be Fluffy Mind and then if any fan fictions that I make and stuff like that. But other than that, there's going to be no Podfic related stuff. It's going to be a bunch of different stuff like photos and videos of Storm, you know, early access to my non-Podfic videos. So like as soon as I record them, it will be uploaded on the Patreon. If it is not a podfic. If it is a podfic, then no, it will not be added into the Patreon. I'm not doing that. There's gonna be Patreon only streams where we sit down and I play a game or something, or we do stuff like that, right? There's stuff like that that I have planned out and things. But yeah, that's stuff that I have planned out, stuff that I have everything going for. So I'm super excited for that. Hopefully I could do that soon. My goal is to have that done by the end of October. That might be your October special, your holiday special. Getting 2 more videos out of me, but that's definitely something that I want to reach later down the road. So it's something that I'm aiming for, right? I want to get that at the earliest October, late October, and then at the fucking latest, late December. So I want to have it already posting 5 videos a day by this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, by this month. I'm really striving for by this month, if we're being honest. By this month or by October. Those are the real goal dates, right? So let's fingers crossed you guys start seeing more of my content. I'm sure you guys will appreciate it. Those who are typing in the comments to get more breaks, shut the fuck up. Shut it. I'm doing this in a responsible way where I'm not overworking myself. Do not worry. If I will, once I start posting 5 videos a day, do expect for, you know, actually no, don't expect that because I'm going to be ahead. I'm going to try to get ahead so that the days that I do take a break, you guys will never notice because I'm days ahead and I took the break. But because I have such a record of like videos already pre-recorded and preset, I didn't lose anything. So yeah, exactly. Suck on that. Don't. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.